All respect for both men. They're both elite. But Josh Taylor didn't win that fight. Let's be honest. Jack Catterall got robbed of becoming undisputed. Just like Brian Castano got robbed versus Jermell Charlo of becoming undisputed. Few things to talk about when it comes to this fight. The slick southpaw, Jack Catterall, gave Taylor a lot of trouble when it came to timing that backhand, that left hand. He was throwing it so effortlessly. It was like a missile. He just couldn't miss with it. And he dropped Taylor. And he hurt Taylor several times throughout the fight. But the refereeing in the fight was absolutely atrocious. I don't know the name of the judge, the referee. We're going to talk about the judges in a second. But let's talk about the referee first. Probably one of the worst refereeing I have ever seen in the past few years. Deducting points left and right. Stopping the action every few minutes. But most importantly, when it comes to the judging of the fight, wow. I mean, talk about a robbery. Talk about a robbery. And you know one thing? I love Josh Taylor. And I respect Josh Taylor so much. The fact that he fought Ivan Baranchyk for his first world title. And let me tell you this. Ivan Baranchyk was undefeated at the time. And he is one of the hardest hitters. One of the most exciting fighters in our generation. And Josh Taylor just planted his feet and went in an all-out dogfight with him in his hometown. And then fought Regis Prograis. One of the best fights you'll ever see. Won that fight. It was close. But you gotta give him all respect. Then fought Ramirez in Las Vegas, in Ramirez's hometown. And they tried to rob Josh Taylor in that fight. But he was so dominant. They just couldn't deny him. So we just gave him all the respect and all the credit. Now let's talk about facts. Let's be real here. Let's be honest. Until when are we gonna keep seeing those corrupt judges and corrupt referees ruining the sport and ruining the livelihood, the legacies of all those competitors, of all those modern day gladiators? This is not right. You know, when the fight ended and they announced Josh Taylor as the winner, I couldn't believe it. No, actually, I did believe it because we've seen this time and time again, but I just couldn't believe the fact that, wow, and that scorecard was 114-111 for Josh Taylor. Wow. I mean, that referee needs to be sent to retirement as quick as possible. Just like Nelson Vasquez, the judge who scored the Charlo versus Castano, 9-3 for Jermell Charlo. I mean, what can you say about the fight? What can you say about all those judges? The corruption in the sport. It's not right. Something needs to happen. As soon as the decision was announced, when Jack Catterall went to his dressing room, he started crying by his wife and kids next to him. He lost his dreams. 2 years inactive. Stepped aside to allow Taylor to fight Ramirez in Vegas. Held his career for 2 years. He wasn't active for 2 years. And you're talking about someone who's 28 years old. He gave up 2 years of his prime years just to fight this fight. And nobody gave him a chance. And not only did nobody give him a chance, but he also went to the champion's backyard, to Josh Taylor's backyard. And he dominated the fight. Say what you want. I gave Josh Taylor 4 rounds maximum. Let's give him 5. You can even make it wider. You can even make it 9-3 for Jack Catterall without scoring the knockdown, which was a 10-8 round. So there's no way that Josh Taylor won that fight. There's just no way in hell that Josh Taylor won that fight. And you gotta give all respect and the credit in the world to Ben Shalom, the CEO of Boxer. After that fight, you know how much trouble he might get in for saying that was corrupt? You know, like the British Boxing Board of Control, Robert Smith. He could literally stop sanctioning all the events of Boxer just because of the statement that Ben Shalom said. But Ben Shalom didn't care. He put his company at risk. He put his all. He put everything on the line just to speak about the truth, just to stand for something. Because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So all respect in the world for Ben Shalom, for speaking out. And look at them now. They're investigating the scoring of the fight. Now I doubt that they're going to change the decision, because we're in this corrupt sport, and it's not going to be in Robert Smith's favor to reverse the decision, which is going to open it's going to open doors that you never even thought about when it comes to investigating past fights in the UK and all around the world, to be honest. But we're talking about the UK now. And the saddest part about it all, the best atmosphere that you'll ever see in a boxing fight, in an MMA fight, in any combat event, is in the UK. My dream is to watch a live fight in the UK, in any place, whether it's Manchester, London, Scotland, anywhere. The atmosphere is just impeccable. And these judges are robbing these fighters from their livelihood, from their legacies, from their dreams. For what? For what? For a paycheck, and nobody's doing anything about it. You know why? Because they don't want the change. If the people with the higher powers wanted the change, the corruption would have stopped long time ago. But not only do they not mind the corruption, but they want that corruption. They want the favorable fighter to win. They want the more marketable fighter to win by any means necessary. Let's just pray and hope that they reverse this absolutely disgusting decision. And even if they give the fight now to Jack Catterall and they give him the belts and they reverse the decision, that moment in front of 20,000 people, getting his hand raised, screaming, and watching his dreams come true, he's never going to get that moment back. And Josh Taylor is now moving to welterweight. He's moving to 147 now. So the rematch is gone. Let's just hope that they do something about this, because this is the exact reason why people are not interested in the sport of boxing anymore. This is the exact same reason why people are going to MMA now, transferring the combat sports fans, going from boxing to Bellator, to UFC, to Eagle FC. It's because of those corrupt decisions. All respect in the world for both men, but Jack Catterall won that fight. Congratulations to Jack Catterall for putting up the fight of his life. He is the uncrowned, undisputed champion. He is the people's champion.